It's got to take a lot to get fired from your own company. But when your company is a corporation and it has shareholders, board of directors, well, that can happen. And that's exactly what happened to Harvey Weinstein. See, Harvey has been a degenerate for so many years. A lot of people just accept it as part of the business. I mean, who knows what you may have to do in order to get a job on one of his sets, or in order to be an actress or a writer or whatever, a producer, whatever it is. Harvey Weinstein is one of those guys that just preyed on women constantly. He masturbated in front of women, he propositioned them, he degraded them, whatever he wanted to do, that's what he did. And when I see these pictures floating of Harvey with Hillary Clinton, or Harvey with Michelle Obama, or Harvey with any other famous entity, I gotta ask myself, were you aware of how horrible this human being was? And did you just look the other way because this man was powerful? Because he can give a lot of money? And he gave a lot of money? I mean, is that why we look the other way? You know, I was on RT America opposite Wendy Osioff, and the conversation was about Hollywood propaganda. And I told Wendy, I said, Wendy, if you're in Hollywood, you got to fall in line. When you're in Hollywood, you got to shut up, or you better toe the party line. And she told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and that in Hollywood, when actresses and actors speak out on political issues, that they do so freely. Yeah, it's okay. They can talk about whatever they want. And I try to explain to this woman that in Hollywood, you don't get free speech. You get to speak freely about what we tell you to, and if not, you may not have a job. If you want to be on a program, you better stick to the program. And calling out one of the most powerful magnets in Hollywood was not a good career choice. I'm proud to say that I think I won that argument with Wendy. If not on RT, definitely now after this story drops. I was right, Wendy. I'm waiting on your apology. But back to Harvey Weinstein. Look, Harvey, don't tell me how you are so remorseful and that you need help and that you're a sick human being. You know, that only works if you come clean before you get exposed. You had 20 years to come clean and say you needed to have someone talk nicely to you in a dimly lit room for, I don't know, 3 hours a week. But when you come out after being exposed, it looks self-serving. Sort of like every action that you've done in Hollywood that involves women. Harvey Weinstein is a human being who was a degenerate, who is a degenerate. Now he's on the outside looking in. But I don't think that changes the amount of money he's going to make this year or the amount of power that he probably still wields in Hollywood. In fact, I think a lot of the people that are coming out against Harvey on back channels are having conversations with him like, hey, man, I did what I had to do. I got to distance myself from you, Harvey. You're bad for business. That's what I think's going on. Hey, Hollywood elite people, if you weren't so vocal about politics at every turn, if you weren't inserting yourself at every turn, Jimmy Kimmel, Noah, Trevor Noah, all these people, Hillary Swank, I don't know, not Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd actually did a great thing. Meryl Streep. If you weren't exerting yourself at every turn about politics and beating us over the head with your morality, well, then you probably wouldn't have to come out like you have. But I'm glad you came out like you have. I'm glad you're exposing this man at this point. Better late than never. But I gotta say, you guys were late as